So Celia asked, and I'll tell you what, Celia, while we're at it, I'll add you to my circles. Thank you very much. Can I tell you some of the plans again? Can you tell me some of your plans again, as I missed the beginning? Okay, so generally for this year, I want to do something a little bit different with regards to the organization of the podcast. I've been talking about this being season 4, and like a television season, that means I sort of want to do a limit on the number of episodes that I am doing this year. My idea is 20, so that basically means 10 months effectively of fortnightly episodes. Depending on how I go with getting people on board, maybe a few more frequency-wise. Oh, hang on a second, Lily might be on. I better share her a link. All right. Anyway, so as I was saying, 20 episodes this year. So the way I've got it calculated at the moment, that's generally enough to, with the per episode or per month rate, which is something else I'm thinking of switching around. That'll cover all of my expenses, as well as the hosting fees for the off years. They'll really be covered now, thankfully, as I've got 5 backers giving me around about $15 per episode, which will hopefully translate to around about $30 per month after Patreon and PayPal take their cut. So aside from that, the only other rough kind of plan I have is to see if I can do another paid-to-play live event. Aha, Seth, okay, I can make a one-on-one hangout. Any way to merge me into yours? Invite people. Let's see if this works. Aha, add names or email addresses. Try this, Seth. Click on that. That might help, and I might just spread that around on Twitter and Facebook just so people the idea. Oops, correct link. Let's add banners and logos, launch party open, tweet that. All right, let's see.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Seth, I can hear you. Fantastic. Can you hear me, mate?
How's it going, Rob? I can hear you just fine, and I see you. Okay.
Oh, bloody heck, fantastic. It's a party finally. Thank you very much. Okay,
I've got another video.
welcome to the chat. How are you going, mate?
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
I'm good. How have you been? I've been watching your videos a bit, and you've had a lot of interesting people on in the last few years. It's awesome.
Certainly have, and had another interesting person on today, of course, with episode 73 gone live. Jeff Salmonen of the Lost Hope animated series, which is currently being kickstarted right at the moment, and it was fantastic having a chat with him. We got to I do like those chats where we get to have a little bit of a right royal geek out in the middle of everything. So I think I wound up spending about 5 minutes explaining how to play.
Let me stop you for a second, Rob. I'm getting a lot of feedback. It's repeating what we were saying earlier.
Okay.
I don't have any open windows now, so I'm not sure where it's coming from.
All right. I've got myself on headphones, so as you can see, my speakers are off, so I don't think you should be getting any feedback at my end. But
Yeah, I'm
I
on
suppose
headset as
I
well.
can close this window. I don't know if that'll make a difference. Nudge the equipment, why don't you? And apologies, folks, who might have just seen my glorious shorts right there. Hello, Suki. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not. Giving me the ghoul eyes, you.
Yeah, it's still happening.
That is frustrating. Okay. I'm trying to think.
Oh, wait, here we go. I got it.
Phew.
Okay.
Good stuff.
For some
all right.
reason, your video on the event page restarted on me.
Right.
Okay, so I apologize. You were talking about the stuff that you were doing with the Kickstarter. What was that?
Kind of. I'm just going to very quickly just posting the correct link to this party on Facebook.
Yep, absolutely.
Celia, if you're watching and listening, which I hope you still are, I've just added. Actually, as you were tweeting at me, hang on a second, season 4 live. Oh, hi Seth, I can see you too, says Celia. So let me see. Hi Celia, try this link instead. Not in Strad, instead. Share that. All right. Yeah, okay then. So I was talking about my general plans for season 4. Kickstarter is what Jeff at Lost Hope is doing, because he's trying to get one lot of funding for I think a year's worth of work on the show. Me, the crowdfunding platform I use is Patreon, which is actually more of a instead of trying to raise one single lot of funds to fund a particular lot of work, it's a periodical payment system where you subscribe and you choose how much you want to chip in per month or per unit of work that the person you're supporting produces.
Oh, yeah, I'm well familiar with Patreon. A lot of the content creators that I follow are using that now. So.
Cool. Well, fingers crossed that's been a bit instructional for those who might be watching later on who aren't familiar. So sorry about that. So yeah, that's my thing right at the moment. And what I'm trying to do is rework. At the moment, I've not put much work into Patreon milestones and backer rewards because I've just it's just been a back burner priority for me. I've been happy. And it's been fantastic, folks, especially if you're watching my backers, to have my basic expenses covered, you know, in these days where you can get anything, virtually anything you want on the internet for free. It's, you know, lovely to have people who go, I like your work, here's some more of my money, keep doing it. But I have sort of wanted to use Patreon to do things with the podcast that I wouldn't otherwise be able to, even if covering the basic expenses wasn't an issue. So I've spent a few days reviewing what I've got up there for backer rewards and my milestones. And I think the main thing that I want to try and do coming up is to do another pay-to-play live event at a pop culture convention. Interesting bit of news. I think, are you already aware of what happened, me emceeing Tropicon last year, Seth?
No, I missed that.
Oh, for shame, sir. For shame. Yes. I'll have to send you some photos of my awesomeness in my Officer Bradford cosplay from XCOM.
Oh, excellent.
Where are we? Can you actually upload photos or anything through these damn things? Choose links. My drive, shared with me, upload. Let's see. Select files from your computer. Pictures. Now, do I have a separate thing for Tropicon or cosplay? I'm not sure I do. Hang on a second. Weblog. That's where I'll put them.
Are you still keeping up the herstick.com? I haven't been there in ages.
No,
So.
I've pretty much. Yeah, well, that would. I guess that just goes to show. Open that. Upload. Yeah, Hostic.com I've pretty much moved away from, basically because we had intermittent domain issues with it. It always just seemed to be, oh, Celia's joined in. Hello, I can see you too, Celia.
Hi, Celia.
Fantastic,
Wow.
glad to have you in.
Thank you. I didn't know I had to belong to Hangouts.
Ah, right. I thought anyone with a Google ID could pretty much belong to Hangouts anyway, but oh, well, fantastic. There we go. Party of three. Yeah, so I think what I was just talking about is kind of old news to Celia, but yeah, Cairns had its first pop culture convention last year, which was Tropicon.
Okay.
And the fellow who organised it, all sorts of shenanigans have gone down since, which have actually been documented in the local press, especially recently. Basically, the fellow who organised it, I kind of got in contact with him after he was running a game traders business, and I traded him some comic books for a replacement Xbox 360 because mine had bit the dust.
Okay.
Yeah, I was sort of aware of Tropicon that he'd been organising on the periphery, and thought, you know, this is great. I might, you know, sort of like rock along for a few hours and see how it's all going down. Next thing I know, Charlie is getting in touch with me and saying he wants me to be the MC/host of the event.
Oh, very nice.
And I said, and my response was, "What, you're trying to make me work on my birthday, are you?" Because Tropicon was actually on July the 11th, which is my birthday. So
yeah, you're 3 days after me.
so, you know, he sort of said, "Oh, holy shit, it's your birthday." I didn't know. I said, "Oh, it's all right, no problem." I mean, you know, what better way for a geek to spend his birthday than not just being at a pop culture convention, but, you know, being the occasional centre of attention at a pop culture convention. Fantastic. And I wound up
and getting photos with some really interesting female costumiers.
Indeed. It's, you know, what can I say? It's a in the words of the immortal,
Rob.
it's BDMC. Yeah, Seth, if go digging around in my Facebook profile for around about July last year, you'll probably see lots of photos on that kind of thing. And I actually, Charlie suggested doing a live paid-to-play there, and I was a little bit, I don't know at first, and then I just sort of like let the idea settle in and percolate, and then I thought, all right, what the heck, let's give it a go. And as it turns out, not only did I wind up running that, and I had 3 guests on the panel. Alana Pierce, aka Chara Lanazard, who has recently scored herself a gig in the States with IGN as a content writer. Right. And she's got a YouTube channel and has got a few initiatives going as well. Mal, who runs Black Comics and Collectibles, I think, I'm not sure, 100% sure whether it's Cairns' first dedicated comics and collectibles store. I'm pretty sure it is, and if not, it's definitely the first one that the town has had in a good while. And a fellow by the name of Kasim Ackerman, who is working on his homebrew comic project, which hopefully I'll be able to chat to him sometime on the show, and hopefully I'll be able to get Chara Lanazard on as well. We'll see how we go there. And I had fun doing it, and as it turned out, I wound up hosting the cosplay panel as well. Because and that was fun. Charlie sort of said, "Look, I just want to keep you as a backup because I'm not sure whether my host is going to be doing it. Would that be okay?" And I said, "Yeah, fine, sure." And the day the convention came around, and I suppose I should have checked the program really thoroughly beforehand when we got on Thursday night, because people started asking me questions about it. I thought, well, fair enough, they're asking me because they're the MC. And I think it pretty much got to about 12 o'clock, which is when the panel was on, and I just happened to be, looking through the thing, and I saw, a cosplay live panel hosted by Rob Farker. So, okay, would have been handy if you'd mentioned it, Charlie, but it was fun. You know, I asked a few questions myself, made sure to open the floor to guests, ran around holding out the microphone for people, and yeah, it was great. Had the 4 cosplayers there: Vicky Vic, Evie Dantes, Twerking Gherkin, and Liam McLeod, Brisbane's 11th Doctor. But yeah, I had so much fun doing it that I would like to do it again. And there are a couple of regional cons coming up. The aforementioned shenanigans have pretty much all but guaranteed that there won't be a Tropicon in Cairns this year. Yeah. They were also planning a Townsville event, which seems to have collapsed. And will you folks excuse me again? I just heard one of my dogs yip, so I will be right back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apologies, folks.
Hi, Seth. Can I?
Hi, Celia.
You?
Yeah, absolutely. So, were you at the Tropicon as well?
No, I wasn't. I didn't go. I just had a tooth pulled out at the front, and I looked like a witch. So I wasn't really back to getting all dressed up and being, you know.
Sure, that's understandable.
I should have. Yeah, if it was a witch conference, I'd probably.
There you go.
Where are you, Seth?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, right. Cool.
Yeah, we just got a big bunch of snow dumped on us last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes, scary or just inconvenient?
Mostly inconvenient. Hello, Lillian.
Hey.
Rob's disappeared. He'll be back shortly.
Rob's playing with the dog.
I'm not sure if I
can see you. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, certainly can.
Oh, cool. I didn't think I had a microphone on. Sorry, Nancy.
Well, I'm the reverse. I don't have a camera on, so.
I'm not sure if I can have one without the other with this laptop.
Here we are.
Welcome back.
There you go, Rob. Look, there's more people now.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Lily.
I figured out how to use my webcam.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you very much for coming along. Look, a quick round of introductions.
I've been watching for like 10 minutes.
So you pretty much know where everyone is. Well, look, Seth, who I'm pretty sure wouldn't have met Lily before. Lily is a new friend of mine since moving up to Cairns, as is Celia. Ladies, Seth is an old mate of mine from my reprobate days down in Sydney. Although I'm not sure if you could call them that because that was after I met my wife. But yeah. Oh, there a cat in the background?
Yeah. Oh, my housemate meowing at my cats.
Oh, right. Well, I suppose you've got to do your best to communicate with them, even though that they, you know, probably don't really care all that much as long as you're providing the food at the requisite intervals.
Yes.
So, okay, where was I before my own dog decided to...
Tropicon.
Tropicon, yeah. So,
and
yes, as I was saying, from the looks of it, no Townsville Con, no Cairns Con this year, but there are a couple of other regional cons that I've made some approaches to one that's on in July, and it looks like I could well be hosting another paid-to-play panel there. We still need to sort the details out, and of course one of the most important details is making sure I can actually get down there, and I've been looking at costs of transportation and accommodation, and it's sort of like looking like it's going to, just getting down there and perhaps tickets as well, we'll see, is going to be somewhere in the realm of about $500, which personal money-wise, I'm still recovering from Christmas. We've got a new washing machine to pay off, so that's pretty much going to absorb all of any tax funds that I might be lucky enough to get back into this year. So that's where I'm kind of hoping that Patreon will come in, and that's what I'm re-gearing my rewards and milestones to try and meet. See, I think, you know, I've pretty much got to make up my mind whether I'm going to be doing it by the end of April, because that's when the convention organisers need to have everything nailed down. So that's what I've got to try and do, is at least either, if I can't get enough backers to cover the entire thing immediately, at least enough people subscribing that eventually, if I do sort of go into hock a little bit, then I can at least do so with the confidence that it is going to get paid back, and hopefully the dividends of getting down there and meeting people and doing a panel or two will be worth the outlay. So
It does
That's
seem
that's
like
more,
the
kind
value
of
of
where I am at the
networking is
moment.
a bit underestimated by a lot of people. Being able to network in that kind of circle where you can grow your contacts and form new relationships is almost invaluable.
Mm, mm.
is that for Magneticon?
I don't. I'm a little bit gun shy about saying the name out loud, if you know what I mean, because I almost feel like if I say it, then there's the implication that there's an agreement there, and I don't want to speak for the con, if you
That's
know
fair
what I
enough.
mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I won't say yes and I won't say no, but given that I think there's only sort of one con on within the general area at around about the middle of the year, it's not
It
hard
may
to
or may
guess
not
which
be.
one we're talking about. Yeah. So yeah. So that's my kind of aim, and I've had a few ideas for things that I can offer people, and one of them was especially if I can get people putting in $10, which is $10 US, I will admit, which comes out to a bit more Australian, an episode, or it'll be 20 a month, is to basically have launch parties like this for every episode. I mean, I'm going to be, when each episode goes live, I'm typically here of a Sunday morning anyway, making sure that it's all up and it's all working properly and everything gets updated on Facebook and Twitter and Google+, and I just thought, well, if I'm doing that anyway, let's make a party out of it. And I was hoping to get Jeff, who is the guy behind Lost Hope, along, but it was very much a last-minute thing anyway, so unfortunately he couldn't make it. He did say he wouldn't mind doing something next week, so if you folks fancy rocking back along maybe this time next week for a Q&A with him, then yeah, I'd be happy to get that organised. It'll be it probably won't be a backer reward thing, just because I'm probably going to have the backer rewards done and up around about the same time, and it'll work as another prototype, the same way this is, just to see how well the idea works, how much enthusiasm it can get, which means I'll have to get onto Jeff and firm the date up pretty quick so that I can start sort of pushing it a little bit on social media and letting people know that there is that opportunity there. And I know that Lost Hope, I think, has got a pretty good circle of fans, especially as it's got one of the voice actors who appears on the Critical Role show, where people turn up and play Dungeons and Dragons every week. Yep. So hopefully I can get a few people along. I think the upper limit on a Google Hangout is about 10 people anyway, so I don't know, if I can get, hell, if I could get 5 people chipping in $20 a month on Patreon, that would be awesome in and of itself. If I could get 9, that would be fantastic. And hopefully there's also the other backer rewards there that on the higher levels, that things like one-on-one meetings and all that kind of stuff. So if people actually, just want someone who'll listen to their ideas and what they're doing about getting paid to play, because I think sometimes that's one of the hardest things out there. I mean, you can have all these wonderful thoughts and things that you'd want to do, but you always worry that the people around you are they're gonna go with an knee-jerk reaction of, oh, don't give up your day job, because and they don't bother putting a yet after it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have the feeling that maybe just me, as well as doing this podcast, perhaps giving people a bit of one-on-one time where they can have someone who'll just listen and encourage and give advice to a certain extent, perhaps. But hopefully that'll be something that folks will be interested in. And after doing 73 shows of paid to play, that gives me a little bit of expertise, and that I'm trying this as well, and struggling with my own issues and fears and all that kind of stuff. It's hopefully the idea of having someone who's there in the trenches with you would be a bit of a help.
I'd like to say that, I have been really surprised at the almost explosion of popularity of geek culture, in that, when we were in Sydney, Rob, it was, even then, it was starting to grow, but it was still pretty marginalized. Just in the last 5 and 6 years, though, I mean, we've seen content creators, channels like Geek and Sundry. We've seen an absolute explosion of people that are interested in the culture and various aspects of the culture. You have your gamers, your anime, your cosplayers, your con-goers, fantasy and sci-fi buffs. You have so many different facets of everything all kind of coming together under this umbrella that it's much larger than most people are willing to give it credit for. And when you're talking with more mainstream people, they don't see all that, because they're not looking at the same YouTube channels, they're not looking at the same Twitter feeds, they're not looking at the same Facebook posts, because they're in their own little world. So as much as the internet has grown our ability to connect with each other, it's also made a lot of us very insular, in that we're only in our own little communities. So I think it's good, because not that, but I think the geek culture growing is good, because it's starting to shake things up. It's starting to get people seeing that there's a lot more of this out there than they were willing to give it credit for in the first place.
Yeah, it reminds me of a conversation I was having recently with Mal of Splat, and we were kind of talking about Star Wars and how by now that trope of, or not trope, pardon me, but that plot twist in Empire Strikes Back of Luke, I am your father, Mal was saying basically, no, it's everywhere now, no one will be surprised by it. And I thought, well, hang on a second, I'm not so sure. I reckon, there are probably heaps of people out there who might have heard of Star Wars, they might have seen a picture of the menacing black guy, or black-dressed guy with the full head helmet, but don't know who the heck it is. And if you actually sat them down and watched Star Wars, would they, the movies, they probably go, oh, holy shit, it's his dad. It's sometimes it's always tricky when you sort of live, I guess, in these bubbles a little bit, that you almost tend to assume that everybody else thinks the same way as you do to a certain extent. Oh, cat attack there, Lily, or?
My housemate's sneezing.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I've got to admit, one of the things you were saying about the explosion of geek culture, I think, has really benefited, and a critical role to a certain extent comes to mind, especially in my case. I think now that you can actually see examples of professionals doing these things well, if you know what I mean. Because usually, because geek culture has kind of been a little bit, in part because of its isolation, I suppose, and like its garage or basement nature, not many people have seen what the results can be if you kind of treat it professionally, outside of maybe Star Wars or Star Trek, or the kind of things that are almost cultural outliers anyway, or just say, no, you need a huge budget to do it well. Now that people are actually saying, all right, here we go, I'm showing you a live session of Dungeons & Dragons, and we're all professional voice actors, and we're having an absolute ball doing this. It's almost like now you finally, and it worked for me as well, you've finally got something you can show people and say, hey, that thing that I do that I have a hard time explaining you don't get, just watch a couple of episodes of this, you'll get the idea. And it also, I think, for someone like me who, as you might know, Seth, has struggled for bloody ages to try and get an idea of how a role-playing game works and when it works, what it looks like, and how it's meant to
I apologize. I'm just remembering our tries to get Primetime Adventures going, or
Yeah.
any one of you'd pull out a new indie game like every other month for us to have a go at, and yeah,
And then
there
I
was
lose
always
my nerve.
yeah.
Mm. So yeah, I mean, it still happens, unfortunately. But I've got a game in the works, and I'm just basically promised myself, look, just for God's sakes, Rob, shut up. Give it a go. Give it another go, because the first time is going to suck no matter what. And just trust that, A, you're doing it with people, you're having fun with people that you like, you're getting together with people that you like, and it will get better eventually. It's just, you know, this horrid perfectionist streak I have. Or at least now I've got something out and say, okay, look, fair enough, these guys are pro voice actors, but really, it's a bunch of people having fun, they're making dick jokes,
Right.
the Bard is using Spandau Ballet as an example of the kind of songs that he sings to, you know, to inspire other people, and yeah, you just go, okay, so you know, they don't care, they're having a good time,
Exactly.
they are stepping up their game a little bit because it's now more of a public performance, but ultimately they know that
fun.
people are watching as much for just, you know, the silliness as the people imagining that they're adventurers in a fantasy realm. So
Sure.
having that there, it's, yeah, it's a bit of a comfort. Hopefully at some point, Jeff has mentioned he might see if he can, and apologies if I'm sort of making a public promise on your behalf, Jeff, that he'll see if he can get in touch with Marisha Ray, who is one of the Critical Role crew, on my behalf, and see if I can get her on the show. So fingers crossed on that score. So look, generally that's pretty much where I'm standing with the podcast and my plans for it in general at the moment. Right now, I've got one more show in the can, which is the one with, and I can see his face now, but I'm having a blank on his name, Joel Zaslowski of Value of Simple and the Smart and Simple Matters podcast. So that goes up in 2 weeks' time. I've got a chat with a fella in Scotland who makes websites for musicians and bands, and that's on Friday evening. And so, yeah, right at the moment, I think the two things are get my Patreon site sorted in a week's time, so that I can have the new backer rewards ready to go for when Joel's episode goes up, and then get more people on, start scheduling more chats. I've got a bunch of people who have said yes, I just have to nail down times with them, and figuring out how to promote the Patreon page a bit more and get people on board. Celia, I think you've already seen, I finally used that testimonial that you sent me through all those ages ago.
I saw
Finally got it up onto
something.
the website.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. I just want to add something to your plans. Did you realise 2016 is the International Year of Pulses? So we are celebrating baked beans and lentils this year. It was light last year, and because this is rather a scientifically geeky, boring subject, National Science Week has elected to go for drones, droids, and robots instead. And I was just thinking that you need to keep that in mind, because you are dealing with that sort of fringe area as well as IT. And so, yeah, just thought you might be able to put that out there. I'm doing my Science Rhymes presentations this year about flight, because there isn't much poetic science for me in robots. But who knows? I'm going to have to disappear soon. Nice to see you, Lily. Where do you live? Where are you actually hailing from?
I'm from Sydney, but I live in Redlanch now in Cairns.
Oh, okay. Yes. So, and are you into the gaming side of things?
Yeah, games, and I'm also a cosplayer. This year I won't be cosplaying much because I'm planning a wedding, but yeah, that's pretty much how I got into the whole scene was Brisbane Supernova.
And I have to ask, is the wedding that you're planning yours?
Yes, yeah. Mine and my fiancé in October.
No, by the way, Celia, you might not have spotted it in the background, but Lily's got a cutout of The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, which is where did you score that from? Or was that just
From
sort
work. I asked the games coordinator for it when I saw it at work, and he gave it to
me. Yeah, that's The Witcher 3 is a big AAA computer and video game title. It's oh boy, what would the closest equivalent be? I guess it's the ending part in a big movie trilogy, like Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, or the Battle of Five Armies, that kind of thing. I'd say Star Wars, except the ending of the trilogies. There you get a Revenge of the Sith, which I suppose might count, and Return of the Jedi, and I don't think there's anything vaguely resembling an Ewok in The Witcher.
Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you now. Congratulations, thank you very much. Nice to meet you, Steph. Nice to meet you, Billy. Thanks, Rob. Bye.
Thank you very much, Celia. Bye.
Cheers.
You're in like a chat room.
She figures out how to. There she goes.
You're in like a chat room.
So yeah, generally that is where I'm at the moment. So any thoughts you guys might have, any suggestions? And look, I mean, how are you guys going? Have you got any sort of? I mean, Lily, you're a cosplayer, and you've mentioned that's sort of taking a bit of a back burner at the moment. And I know you. Heck, you work at JB Hi-Fi, and you're obviously mates with the games coordinator. I mean, being a geek yourself, what's it like working in the overall? I mean, I don't want you to bag out your employer, but generally, how is working in electronics and video game retail like?
Well, I mean, at JB, pretty much everyone in the stores, we're all just a bunch of nerds that get paid to be nerdy, so it's pretty great.
Sweet.
When I was going through the interview process, I was actually building my Iron Man suit, which didn't end up working out very well. But I'm pretty sure that's what got me the job. So it's pretty much retail utopia.
Wow. Cool. I'm just thinking if my current job ever falls through, I might have to keep that in mind. That sounds like yours. How about you, Seth?
Over here,
going on at the moment?
it's very similar to JB Hi-Fi. It's called FYE, and they do a lot of the similar kind of things that I remember from the JB Hi-Fi in Sydney, at least. A lot of different, like, the statues, and the new thing is the big bobblehead, the little bobblehead things that are everywhere. Yeah. And a lot of costuming, a lot of toys for popular games like Minecraft and whatnot like that, in addition to movies and music and all that good stuff. So, as for me, I'm working IT still. I'm working for Nature Conservancy. It's a worldwide nonprofit for nature conservation.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a little demanding. It's good because I feel like I'm really helping, at least in a small way, to contribute back to the planet and the environment, and hopefully keep things moving forward. They're improving slowly, but it could always be better. Other than that, as far as like stuff, MMO gaming still for the most part. We've been to some Ren fairs around here, but nothing like really to write home about. Haven't done a lot of dress-up or cosplay. Unfortunately, not a lot of tabletop gaming. There's just not a lot of people we know around here, so that we've been sticking to MMOs for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of mates up here I'm trying to get Deathwatch together with, so if you fancy giving it a go and you're willing to trust me to not flake out this time, then, I mean, heck, I've actually got an adventure most of the way planned, and it unfortunately the two guys I was originally going to be playing with wound up doing other things, so I'm not going to complain. Taste of my own goddamn medicine, but yeah, so I've got another couple of folks in mind, and if you're willing to, then they're going to be doing it via Roll20 anyway, because that sort of, even though they're local, it just works out a bit better for them.
Yeah, Roll20 is what I was using when we were doing D&D online.
Mm.
And
So,
I was really upset. I was with some friends. We started a Star Wars game, and it went for about 3 or 4 sessions, and then just, yeah, fell apart. We had it set during the Mandalorian Wars. It was really looking good. And then they were like, oh, we should play D&D instead. And I'm like, look, I like D&D as much as the next guy, but we've played so much D&D. Let's play Star Wars for once. Yeah, that didn't work out.
Yeah, I suppose, what can you do? I mean, if... And that's the problem with these group endeavours. They only last as long as people are keen on it, and as much as you can try and tell other people what they should be keen on, you know, if they get an idea in their head and they suddenly just emotionally invest in it more than the thing that you're still emotionally invested in, what can you do?
Yeah, there isn't much. But send me the information in an email or a message or something, and I'll definitely have a look at it. And
speaking of Star Wars, I keep going into the Wicked Goblin, which is Ken's local, friendly local gaming store, and occasionally mooning over the Star Wars RPGs that they've got in there. I keep looking at either Age of Rebellion or Force and Destiny, because I figure it's not Star Wars unless you've got Jedi, and lightsabers. Yeah. But yeah, so. And Lily, I'm sorry about this. It's like Seth and I are sitting here and having a bit of a geek out. I mean, how about you? I mean, things are.
I'm playing a new game called Life is Strange, but I don't really play a lot of multiplayer games, so.
I've got that in my Steam. I just haven't played it yet.
Oh, you've got to play it. It's just totally different to any game I've ever played ever.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to when I can get around to it.
You can play it. It's like chapter based, so you can just play like one chapter. It'll take you a couple hours, maybe.
Oh, so like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, those types, the Telltales?
I actually haven't played either of those.
Oh. Okay.
It tells a story about a girl who can rewind time, and you follow it's a set chapter, but everything that you do in that chapter affects the future and everything. So
excellent.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. So it almost sounds like the Mass Effect trilogy wrapped up into one game, where everything you do affects everything that comes after it.
My wife just started Mass Effect for the first time, actually.
Or I don't know if you've ever played Fable, where one decision will make you good and one decision will make you evil, and it's kind of fun to be evil. It's not fun to be evil. It actually makes you be like, oh my god, I made a terrible decision with my life.
I don't know. I've tried being evil in these various games, and I can never sustain it for long. I just feel so bloody lazy. I thought, no, I'm going to be the damn good guy. What the heck?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I always play the paladin or the ranger, or somebody that's good. I try to play an evil character. I can't do it.
I don't
My
know.
wife's laughing at me over here.
Well. Well, look, it's coming up to 5 to 9, so I think I might wind things up there. So thank you both very much for coming along. Would you be interested if I can get Jeff on next week to talk about Lost Hope and all the things he's doing, and maybe answer some questions folks might have after listening to episode 73? Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Same bat time, same bat channel?
Well, I'd say, Lily, if you're not sure, have a listen to the episode and then get back to us afterward. And
I've got people coming over to make wedding invitations next weekend, so I might be busy.
Right. I can't firmly commit because I might have something come up, but send me the info and I'm going to listen to the episode, and if I'm available, I'll definitely pop in.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely check out the episode.
All right, well, again, thank you both very much for coming along. I'm glad we got the technical issues sort of sorted out in the end. Thanks for making this an actual party rather than me just sort of staring at the camera or the screen and trying to work out what to say next. And from the sounds, I mean, Lily, we sort of you've told us your plans for 2016. It's your focus is the wedding. I mean, Seth, have you got anything coming up that you're looking forward to doing, or
2016? I don't have like any major projects going on. Mostly just keep going on, and we are looking at moving out of Pennsylvania, but I don't know that we're going to be firm about that for 2016. So, but sometime once we can swing it, maybe this year, maybe next year.
All right, fantastic. Well, so you guys are you're now back in the States, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been back in Pennsylvania since 2009.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, especially as it sounds like Lily's housemates are up to stuff in the background, so Robbie again. Will do, Seth.
Yeah.
I shall email you separately. All right. Again, once again, I hate goodbyes because it feels like all I can think of saying is thank you over and over again.
You're just practicing for your Oscar speech.
Exactly. It's been awesome having you both in, and fingers crossed I'll see you soon. And if you do wind up having a spare couple of bucks in your monthly budget, I hope you'll chuck it toward pay to play on Patreon and help us get down to the con that shall not be named until I sort things out, and whatever else that
may or may
come.
not be some people trying to resurrect Tropicon under a different name, but that's all very top secret, and I'm not allowed to say anything more than that. So.
Right. Okay. We'll see how we go there. Hopefully they don't wind up deciding to try and compete time and date-wise with any other conventions as the original organisers were. Because I think with the momentum that the surviving cons have got, it's just not going to happen. People have already, got sick of Tropicon and decided to buy their tickets and make a big trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, fingers crossed. Here's hoping they can work something out, because say what you will about Tropicon, it was a success, and teething troubles aside, it was a good time.
The con itself was fine. It's just the people.
Yeah, unfortunately. And hopefully you won't get stuck on a shift again, Lily, if they do manage to organise something locally.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about going down to Magneticon yourself in July, or?
No, probably not. I'm right now. I'm really focusing on the wedding and on the GoFundMe that I've started for Richie as well. So that's taking up all my time.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll leave you folks to your morning or your evening, as the case may be, Seth. Have a great Sunday. Hope I'll see you guys again soon, and thank you once again for coming along.
All right. Cheers. You have a great day.
You too.